Do you want to stop being confused about baseball? Stick with me and I'll introduce you to the basic rules so you can understand the game and speak intelligently about it.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining me on my channel, Brutus on Baseball. In this video, I'm going to teach you all about the basic rules of the game of baseball, the foundational items that you'll need to know to be able to understand the game when you watch it. If you're a first timer or you just don't know a whole lot about baseball, then this video is perfect for you. Before we go on with the video, I'd like to say that this channel is a brand new adventure for me. I would love to be able to grow it as quickly as possible so that I can reach people and teach about the game of baseball to them. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just take 2 seconds, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on my channel, check out my other videos, and above all, please share it with anybody that you think may enjoy it. But for now, let's get started, and as they say in the game of baseball, let's play ball! Where we're going to start is to talk about the basic pieces of equipment that you'll need to know about in order to understand the game of baseball. The first one is the baseball itself. The baseball is what goes around the field. You either hit the baseball or you throw the baseball. Essentially, that's it. The second piece of equipment is the bat. The bat is what the offense or the hitters or the batters use to be able to hit the ball. They swing the bat at the ball and they hit it as far as they can. The last piece of equipment that we're going to talk about is the glove. The glove is what a defender uses to be able to catch the ball, whether that's a ball that's been hit by a bat or a ball that's been thrown by another defender on their team. So these are the 3 basic pieces of equipment that you'll need to understand. The fourth element that we're going to talk about is the field itself. The field is basically the same no matter what level of baseball you're watching, whether it's Little League or softball or minor leagues, college, all the way up to Major League Baseball. The outlay of the field is essentially the same. We're going to start with the infield first. The infield is a diamond-shaped area that's usually made of dirt. Home plate is at the bottom of the infield, and home plate is where the batter stands with the bat in his hands to try to hit the ball. And he's going to try to hit it as far as he can. When he does hit the ball, he's going to run the bases. And it goes from home plate to first base, second base, third base, and then back to home. This is the infield. The outfield is a very large grassy area where most of the hard hit balls go. And if the ball is hit out into the outfield, the defenders are going to have to chase it down. Beyond the outfield grass is the fence. This is the outfield fence line that separates the field of play from out of play. And usually, in Major League games at least, the stadium stands are beyond the outfield fence. Now you'll notice that there are 2 lines on either side of this field. These are called the foul lines. And anything that is hit behind the foul lines to the left and the right, shown in this shaded area here, is considered out of play as well. So only balls hit inside the field of play can be used for hits and base running. So now that we have a general understanding of what the field looks like, we're going to talk about the 2 sides of the baseball game, the offense and the defense. First, we'll start with the offense. The offense is made up of a team of players that have the bats, and they're going to try to hit the ball as far as they can. Now, a hit is anything that's hit in fair territory between the 2 foul lines that we've already talked about. There's a couple different types of hits, very general, that we can talk about. The first is a ground ball. This is a ball that, when hit, hits the ground immediately and bounces along the surface of the ground. The next is a fly ball. This is a ball that's hit into the air as far as the hitter can hit it. And then the last one we'll mention real quick is just the home run. This is a ball that's hit so far it actually clears the outfield fence and goes into the stands in the outfield. Now, once the batter hits the ball, he's going to run the bases, as we discussed before, from home plate to first to second to third and back to home. And this is a run. That's 1 point for the offense. Every batter that goes up and hits the ball and then runs the bases all the way around back to home plate scores a run. And each time they do this, they get a point. Now, This would be a very boring game if all you see is hitter after hitter, hitter the ball, getting on the bases, running around, scoring runs. There'd be no end to it. So what we need to do is we need to introduce the defense. The objective of the defense is to be able to stop these runs. And the way that they do that is stop the runs by getting outs, getting these batters out. Outs is a new concept we're introducing here, and there's a couple key ways of being able to get outs. There's actually a lot of different ways to get outs, but we're going to only cover the 4 basic ones in this video today. The first one is between the defensive position of pitcher and catcher. The pitcher stands on a mound in the middle of the infield, and it's his job to throw balls to the batter so the batter can try to hit it. But the pitcher obviously doesn't want him to hit it. He's going to try to throw it past him. The catcher's job is to catch the ball that the pitcher throws when the batter doesn't hit it and make sure it doesn't go past him. So outs can happen in the first way here if the pitcher is able to successfully throw the pitch past the batter without the batter being able to hit it. After this is done a couple times, the pitcher can get that batter out. The second way of being able to get a batter out that we're going to talk about is a ground ball in the infield. This is a ball that's hit on the ground, and the batter is going to run immediately from home to first base. But we have these infield positions: first base, second base, shortstop, and third base. And these infielders can pick up that ground ball and throw it to first base to try to get the batter out. If the ball is able to reach first base before the batter reaches first base, then the batter's out. If the batter reaches first base before the ball does, then the batter's safe and he gets to stay on first base. The third out that we're going to talk about is when a fly ball is hit. This is when a batter hits a ball into the air, whether it's straight up in the infield or far out into the outfield. But the key here is if the ball is caught by a defender in the air before it hits the ground, that's considered an out. In the outfield, there's a couple different positions we're going to introduce now, and that's right field, center field, and left field. And it's generally these guys' jobs to track down any fly balls that are hit out into the outfield, or any ground balls that are hit if they make it through the infield and into the outfield. The fourth way that we're going to talk about making an out is if a batter actually hits the ball and he's able to make it safe onto first base, either a ground ball through the infield or a fly ball that touches the ground before it's caught. Now, once he makes it safely to first base, he can choose to run further to second base or third base if he thinks he can make it there. The outfielders are going to pick up the ball and throw it to the base that the runner is now running to. Let's say it's second base in this example. So if the outfielder can throw the ball into second base and the ball arrives, the second baseman catches the ball and can tag the runner before the runner gets to the base, then he's out. If the runner makes it to second base safely before the ball can get there and a tag applied to him, then he's safe. So those are the 4 very general ways a defense can make outs that we're going to talk about today.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
So now that we've talked about runs and outs, we're going to do a very quick recap just to make sure we're all on the same page. First of all, the offense, the guys with the bats that are trying to hit the ball in fair territory. And then once they hit the ball, they can try to make it safely running first to second to third to home for a run. On the defense, defenders are trying to catch the ball and get batters out, whether it's the pitcher throwing the ball past the batter for an out, whether it's a ground ball that's hit in the infield and the ball is thrown to first before the batter can get to first. That's the second type of out. The third type of out is a ball that's hit in the air and caught in the air before it hits the ground. And the fourth type of out is if a batter hits the ball and is safe at first base, but then he chooses to keep running to second base. If the ball beats him to the base, the fielder there catches it in his glove and tags the runner before the runner arrives, then he's out. So that's a summary quickly again of the offense trying to score runs, the defense trying to get outs. Now for the structure of this game, how it all comes together to determine who wins and who loses. So we talked about the offense, the objective is to try to score as many runs, and the defense, the objective is to get outs. Now, once defense has gotten 3 outs on a team, then the teams switch sides. The team that was batting gets to go play defense with their gloves. And the team that was playing defense grabs their bats, and now it's their turn to hit and try to get as many runs as possible. Now, once both teams have had that opportunity to play offense and score runs, but the other team has gotten them out, then we've finished 1 inning. In this example, I'm going to take 2 real Major League teams, the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees. In the top of the inning, the Detroit Tigers were able to score 3 runs before the Yankees were able to get 3 outs. Then the Tigers would have 3 points to their advantage. The Yankees then come up and they're able to play offense, but they can only score 1 run before the Detroit Tigers get 3 outs on them. So at the end of this inning, the Detroit Tigers are leading 3 runs to 1. Now this example of 1 inning is played 9 times. There's 9 innings in a game. And at the end of these 9 innings, whoever has the most runs will win the game. So in this example, the Detroit Tigers have managed to score 8 runs through the course of those 9 innings. The New York Yankees, on the other hand, have only been able to score 6 runs through the course of those 9 innings. So in this game, the Detroit Tigers would be the winners. Let's just say, though, that at the end of the 9 innings, what if they both had 8 runs each? In this case, there would be no winner that could be determined, and it would be a tie after 9 innings. So they play extra innings. Now, extra innings are played 1 inning at a time, and both teams get the full opportunity to be able to score as many runs as possible. This means that extra innings do not work like sudden death, where the first team that scores wins. Both teams will have the opportunity to score runs and the other to play defense and get outs. So let's say at the end of 10th inning, the Detroit Tigers have scored 1 more run and the New York Yankees didn't score any. Well, then the Detroit Tigers would be the winners in extra innings. But let's say in the 10th inning that neither team were able to score runs. Then we play an 11th inning. And neither team were able to score in the 11th inning, then we play a 12th inning. And so on until one of the teams could end the inning by scoring more runs. Now, interesting here, the longest Major League Baseball game in history was a 26-inning game. This game was played in 1920 and actually ended in a tie. Back in 1920, they didn't have stadium lights to be able to see after dark, so they actually had to call the game due to darkness, and they never finished playing the game. They just called it a draw. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you to be able to understand the different facets of the game, the equipment, the goal of the offense to score runs, the goal of the defense to get outs, how they're able to get outs in 4 major ways, and then once you put those together, how runs and outs make up innings, and innings determine the winner of the game based on who scores the most runs. So if you have any questions about what you just saw here, feel free to look back over the video again at any of the sections that you may have not quite understood or just need a little bit more of a refresher on. And then check out my links below. I'm going to have a lot more videos that go into greater detail on some of these different facets of the game, like the pitcher and batter duel. There's a lot that goes in there to understand. Once a batter gets a hit, what do they do? And base running itself, there's a lot of different details that go into base running. So check out those links below, and I hope you join me for future videos to learn even more. Baseball has always been my favorite sport. I love this game and I love to talk about it, so please check things out anytime to learn more about baseball from my channel. In the meantime, make it a great day and we'll see you next time.